What's up? Good morning. You know your natural normal, even in the awakened state? It's not a big deal. You're more relatable than you ever were. Well, I was thinking about how I've seen people that have converted. They say that they converted from being spiritual to Christian, which I think is a weird thing. Because usually it's the opposite. You go from Christian to spiritual. Because religion is not the highest truth. I knew even before the truth came out about Rome and what they did to Jesus, that Jesus was a yogi. Because when you wake up in the non-dual state, you understand yourself as Christ. You could say that Christ consciousness is the true Christianity. Christ consciousness. And that's because beings that have woke up, meaning they had some kind of spiritual penance and then broke through the matrix, they self-realize and now they understand that they are God. The thing is, they were always God. But it took some time. You had to take the blinders off to see that you were God. You could say that they are the true Christians because they are living, they are embodying the Christ-like energy. Jesus wasn't some religious leader. He was a yogi. If thine eye be single, thy whole body will be full of light. That's the third eye. It's not what goes in your mouth, but what comes out. For some time, you got to think positive. It's not so much the food you eat. He is not there, for he has risen. What has risen? The Kundalini has risen. The Christ consciousness inside of you has risen. And your ego has vanished. You want to talk about Christianity? That's Christianity. If there was a such thing as a religion called Christianity, Advaita would be Christianity. You want to know who God's soldiers are? Those are God's soldiers. Because you know what happens? When you wake up, after having a spiritual penance, you become strong. What is strong? Strong is boundaries. Strong is authenticity. But to see, the thing is about the non-dual state is you don't have to do spiritual practice anymore because you already self-realized. You'll forever have God's armor. It'll never leave you. You want to talk about Christianity? All right. That's Christianity. The other shit is not real. I don't even know. That shit's made up, dude. This is real. The other shit, that's all part of the matrix. You don't go from spiritual to Christian. You just become spiritual. Spiritual is beautiful. It's soulful. It's of the soul. You got that way because you followed your heart. Not because you followed somebody else, but because your heart led you there. And because you were a spiritual rebel and you went against the grain, you woke up. Only true rebels can self-realize beyond the matrix. And then you become the most soulful being. Calm. Because you accepted yourself. You self-loved yourself. You went against everything, against all odds. And because you lived your truth, you became truth itself. You want to talk about Christianity? If there was a such thing, that would be Christianity. Namaste.